So welcome back children. In today's class we will see all about cardiac cycle. Okay. So what is a cycle? Anything which keeps on repeating. Okay. It has a fixed time interval and it follows that time and it keeps on repeating. So that is what a cycle. So now what is cardiac cycle? We know that our heart is beating, okay, starting from 21st day of our embryonic development. Means what? When the mother is carrying the fetus, that is the embryonic stage of a human being. When she is carrying that fetus, in that fetal stage, from which day does the heart start beating? 21st day. So from then on it starts to beat and it never ends. So on the day it ends to beat, it means that the person is dead. So from then the heart starts to beat. It beats rhythmically and it follows a cycle. Okay. So what is a cardiac cycle? It is a contraction and a relaxation. Here A means 1. So one contraction and one relaxation of the chambers of the heart. What are they? Atrium and ventricles. Atria and ventricle. Okay. So one contraction and one relaxation of atria and ventricles is a cardiac cycle. So let us see. Now again, this is the right side of the heart and this is the left side of the heart. So now right side there is upper atrium, left side also upper chamber atrium. Okay. Now see, there are vena cava which collect the deoxygenated blood from all the parts of the body. Okay. And also there is pulmonary vein which brings oxygenated blood from lungs to heart. Now why are the vena cava? We have two vena cava, right? Superior and inferior. So combined together I am calling it as vena cava. Now why are vena cava bringing deoxygenated blood to right atrium? To channel it and then to send it to lungs through which vessel? Through pulmonary artery. Okay, to remove all the carbon dioxide from the body to lungs and from there it is expelled outside. So that is the purpose. Now why pulmonary vein is bringing oxygenated blood to left atrium? To send it throughout the body. Through which vessel? Through systemic artery or aorta. Why? To supply good amount of oxygen to all the body cells. Okay, now this is the purpose. So how does it happen? How it keeps happening? We will see. Now see, first imagine that all the 4 chambers, 1, 2, right ventricle 3, left ventricle 4. Imagine all the 4 chambers they are not beating, they are in a relaxed state. Okay. Now from there we will start how the cycle begins. See, vena cava brought deoxygenated blood and gave it to atria. Okay. In the same way pulmonary veins brought oxygenated blood to left atrium, right. Now the blood which is there in these 2 chambers, it has to come here. It has to enter the lower chambers, means the ventricles. So how can the blood from atria enter the ventricles? How is it possible? It is possible by contraction of atria. When the atria, see the chambers, when they get contracted, when they get pressed together, all the blood which is in the atria, it flows into the lower chambers, means the ventricles, right. So see here, atria on the right side as well as atria on the left side. undergo contraction, means they are not relaxed. Okay, from relaxed state they become contracted, thus sending the blood from atria to ventricles. Okay. Now, the ventricular chambers are filled with blood in this stage. Okay. Now, what happens? Where should the blood go from ventricles? If it's on the right side, the blood should enter the pulmonary artery to be taken to lungs. Okay, to send out the carbon dioxide. If it's on the left side of the heart, the blood should go into the systemic artery or aorta to carry oxygen to all the body parts. Okay. So, if that has to happen, what should the ventricles, how should the ventricles behave? They should contract. Same thing here also, here also. Okay. So, sorry for the interruption. Here also contraction happens. Okay. Just like when the atria contracted, how is the blood coming to ventricles? In the same way, now ventricles undergo contraction to send the blood to the respective vessels on the particular sites. Now, see, when the atria undergo contraction, ventricles relax. Okay. Now, the upper chambers are contracting, lower chambers will relax. Why? The blood will flow into the lower chambers and they should have some space to accommodate the blood. Okay. So, that is why they relax. When atria contracts, ventricles will relax. Now, ventricles are in contraction and the blood is here in these vessels. Now, we are interested to know about the heart sounds. Okay. See, first heart sound is lub. Lub means it's the sound that we hear it like that, L-U-B. So, why are we hearing this sound? What is the reason? Which is causing that sound? See here, I told you AV valves, atrioventricular valves, which are present between atria and ventricles, right? On both sides we are having, in the last class I have told you, if it is on the right side there is tricuspid valve, 3 cusps, okay, 3, 1, 2 and one more 3. If it is on the left side, bicuspid valve or mitral valve, these are nothing but our atrioventricular valves. So, when blood from atria is entering ventricles, okay, now it has entered, now there is no more blood in atria, but ventricles are full of blood. Now, what will happen? Immediately the valves that are present here, they just close, okay, they close immediately to prevent any blood to re-enter the atria. Okay, now blood should be contained only in ventricles, it should not go again into the atria. So, that is the reason the AV valves, they close. Then we can hear that sharp sound, sharp, it is very sharp, okay, sharp sound called lub, L-U-B. So, that is the first heart sound. Okay. Now again here we know in between ventricles and the vessels, vessels means here pulmonary artery and systemic artery, which valves are there? I have told you already, semi-lunar valves, half moon shaped, okay, they are present like this, half moon shaped, okay. Now, these semi-lunar valves close. Why? Because ventricles contracted, just like in the previously how atria contracted to send blood into ventricles, in the same way here. Now what is happening? Ventricles are contracting. When the ventricles contract, then only the blood in the ventricles will enter the vessels here. Okay. So, when the blood has completely entered into the vessels, immediately the valves, the semi-lunar valves close. So they create a sound called as dub, D-U-B. So D-U-B, it is a dull sound, comparatively dull. Okay. So when AV valves close, we get the first hard sound, that is lub, and when semilunar valves close, we get the second hard sound as dub. Okay. So this is about hard sounds. So when atria are in contracted state, ventricles are in relaxed state. When ventricles are in contracted state, atria relax. Okay, it happens like that. Now, so there are certain terms we use to say contraction and relaxation. What are the terms? Contraction means the active phase, right? Generally atria will be like this. Now they are active, means they are moving, means they are contracting. So that active stage means that contraction is called as systole. It is here, S-Y-S-T-O-L-E, active. It is active phase. Now the opposite of this is relaxation. What is relaxation? Now the atria are contracted, now the blood from atria has entered ventricles. Now the contraction phase ends, now the atria relax. Okay. So that resting phase means the resting phase is called as resting or relaxing, both are same. That phase is termed as diastole, D-I-A-S-T-O-L-E. Okay. So systoles and diastoles together makes a heartbeat. Okay. Now, so I have told you cycle, right? Cardiac cycle means it has a particular time period, fixed time period. So how much is one cardiac cycle? It is 0.8 seconds. Okay, it is not even 1 second, very less than 1 second. So how less means that one, 0.8 second. Okay, 0.8 seconds. In that 0.8 second, so what is the time for atria and what is the time for ventricles? So for atria it is 0.11 to 0.14 seconds and ventricles are taking 0.27 to 0.35 seconds. So that is the division. So one cardiac cycle means one contraction and one relaxation of atria and ventricles. So the time is 0.8 seconds, right? Now, so see how is our blood flowing, how is our heart beating? It is beating like it's beating in a way that the blood comes out like a jet, okay, in the form of jet or spurts, S-P-U-R-T-S, okay, spurts, S-P-U-R-T-S means it's the opposite of continuous flow, means the blood doesn't flow continuously but in the form of spurts, which creates a certain pressure for the blood to reach every little detail of our body, okay. So arteries are directly connected to heart, right? So when the heart is pumping, when the heart is beating in this lub and dub way, what happens? The artery in our left hand, left wrist, so if we just feel it with our index and middle finger in the wrist region, if we apply certain pressure on that artery present in our wrist region, where we place the wrist watch, right there, if we feel, we can see these contractions and relaxations. We can see the pulse beating, okay, the pulse, the blood which is coming in the form of spurts but not continuous, that we can hear. So that pulse rate is equal to heart rate, okay. It is nothing but the way in which the heart is beating, the speed of the heartbeat, the number of times the heart is beating, we can without a steth we can clearly know from the wrist area, okay. Now see, so there I have written few animals along with human beings, okay. What is the purpose there? It is just to indicate, so it depends on our weight, okay. This heartbeat everything, size of the heart, directly they depend on the weight of the organism. If we take blue whale, it is the largest known creature till now. So, how many kgs does a blue whale weigh? It is 1,50,000 kgs. Okay. So, it is very heavy. So, its heart also is very big and very huge and heavy. Okay. So, that is why for that big sized heart, for 1 minute how many times it can beat? It beats 7 times. If it beats 7 times for 1 minute, that will be sufficient to take the blood to circulate the blood throughout its body. Now coming to elephant, it is comparatively smaller than that blue whale, weighing around 3000 kgs. So, its heart is also a little larger than our heart definitely, but smaller than the heart of a whale. So, now elephant takes 46 beats per minute. Elephant's heart beats normally, these are the normal heart rates, okay, not in a diseased condition. No, normal heartbeat of an elephant is 46 beats per 1 minute. So, in 1 minute 46 times the heart beats. But for man, generally 60 to 70 kgs, right? Generally we weigh around 60 to 70 kgs, that is the normal adult human weight. So, it beats, heart beats, our heart weight is around 300 grams I think. And so, it beats around 70, it takes around 76 beats for 1 minute. Coming to birds, which are much smaller than us, so they weigh approximately 8 grams, means very lightweight. Okay. So, the heart of a bird beats 1200 times, 1200 beats per 1 minute, very small heart. So, to ensure the flow properly, it has to beat more times, right. So, 1200 beats per minute. So, that is how it happens. Now, here the time is important, cardiac cycle time is 0.8 second. What is a cardiac cycle? It is one contraction and one relaxation of atria and ventricles. See. Now, what is written there? 0.11 to 0.14 seconds means atrial, one contraction and one relaxation. See, what is one contraction, one relaxation? See, now here atria contracted, blood from atria came here, right. Now, again when blood comes and fills the ventricles relax, okay. But then when blood from ventricles enter into these vessels, what happens? Ventricles will relax. So ventricles have to contract to send the blood from ventricles to these vessels. So when ventricles are contracting, what happens? The reverse happens for atria. Atria relax. Now atria gets relaxed. Now that atrial contraction and atrial relaxation, that time is 0.11 to 0.14 seconds. It is comparatively, it can be like that. Now what is ventricular contraction and ventricular relaxation? See, now ventricles are filled with blood, okay, blood which came from atrias, that is ventricular relaxation. But now the blood, now where should it go? It should come to the vessels. So to enter the vessels, ventricles should contract. So the time which takes for ventricles to do one contraction and one relaxation is 0.27 to 0.35 seconds. So when you combine that, roughly it is 0.8 second is one cardiac cycle, both contraction relaxation of atria and ventricles, okay. And the heart sounds are also important. Lub, dub. Lub and dub are the heart sounds. First heart sound, second heart sound. One is sharper, the other is dull. So sharp sound indicates the closure of these valves between atria and ventricles. So dull sound indicates the closure of the valves between ventricles and the vessels, major arteries. Okay. Now in the next class we will be learning about what are the types of circulation, where single circulation happens, double circulation and lymphatic circulation. We will see about those things, right. Okay, thank you.